In the words of our Christmas queen, it is time. It is mid-February. Testing season is around the corner. You have worked so hard all year long. Your students have worked so hard all year long. So now we are in the reteaching phase. We are reviewing key standards. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to use ABC Engage to not only engage and motivate your children, but to also test for mastery. Now is the time where you want to really assess whether or not they have mastered those key standards. And we're going to use ABC Engage to do just that. With ABC Engage, you not only engage them, but this is an effective assessment, an efficient assessment tool, and an easy assessment tool. Let's get into it. You're going to go to shopelitekids.com. Take a moment to admire the website. Anyway, you're going to go to the teachers category, differentiated instruction. And when you land on this page, there are three options to choose from. You have the emojis, the Elite Kids crew for the little kids, and the Elite Kids crew, the older kids. Now, I will say that ABC Engage you can use for your third graders. Actually, you can use it for your second graders as well. We're specifically talking about those testing grades. So from third grade, I would say all the way to sixth grade, just gauge your students, but definitely third, fourth, and fifth grade students. You could use it for reading, math, and science, all of those testing subjects. So with ABC Engage, you get a PowerPoint presentation. This is a downloadable resource. You're going to download it right onto your device. I'm going to do 3 questions today. You get the ABC Engage cards. On the front of the card, you have a character with an inspiring and empowering quote. And on the back of the card, you have an answer choice. And these are huge, so you can see them anywhere in the classroom. You ask a question, and then you get a response from 100% of your students at the same time. There are 3 different sizes: the standard flashcard size, a half slip size, and then you have a full page size. These you're going to print, fold, and laminate no matter what happens to them. If they destroy them, if they get thrown in the trash, if they get lost, no problem. This is a digital product. So you can print, fold, and laminate as many as you need. You're also going to receive 12 different templates. This assessment documents, this is something that you definitely want to have in your teacher toolkit. I'm going to show you how you can use these while also using the cards. You want to use the cards to get an immediate response from all of your children, your students in your classroom, but then you can also pick these up for a grade. And then as a bonus, I threw in a mini coloring book that you could pass out to all of your students during their leisure time, or just as a, here you go. So are you struggling to engage 100% of your students and check for understanding and mastery? The problem is your instructional block is too short. Formative assessments can take up a lot of time, and you don't have access to adequate technology, or it's just broken all of the time. So some highly effective educators have learned the secret to engaging their students and check for understanding throughout the lesson without wasting time, even if there is little or no technology in your classroom. You can do this effectively, and you can engage your students at the same time. You can also use ABC Engage to adjust your lesson in real time. For today's video, I'm going to talk about third grade math using Texas state standards. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the TEA website. I'm going to go to the TEA website and pick third grade math. There are a couple of resources that I need. I'm going to get the math test form, the answer key, of course. So I'm going to take these resources and open them up in different tabs. This is what I'm going to use to create my slides. I have a nice overview of the question, what kind of test item it is, whether it's multiple choice or an inline choice, and the specific TEKS or standard addressed in each question. So going back to my PowerPoint presentation, I can make as many slides as I need. I can shuffle the slides so that it's not just A, B, C, and D throughout the assessment, but I can shuffle them any way that I want. You've assessed the kids all year long. You know where they are struggling the most. So you can choose to pick out those particular standards to assess them at this time. You can choose to just do all of the questions. You could do half some day, half another day, split it up, whatever you feel is the best use of your time. I'm going to make it real easy on myself and just start with the first question. So I'm just going to copy and paste this right onto my PowerPoint presentation. This question says the school had 375 hot dogs to sell during a carnival. After the carnival ended, 83 hot dogs were not sold. How many hot dogs were sold during the carnival? Make this font a little bigger so everyone can see. That looks good. Next, I want to put all of the answer choices in the slide, making sure that I put the correct answer first. So the answer is A 292, B 312, C 458, and D 282. Boom, bap. Then I'm going to make sure that it is beautifully aligned. And if I click on the slideshow, then this is what I see. I get the question first. I can read the question. I can have a child read the question. I can have them read the question silently. Dealer's choice, reveal the answers, give them time to work out the problem on a separate sheet of paper. I can also use the assessment documents and have them bubble it in before they reveal or hold up their ABC Engage cards, especially because this is a math assessment. I don't just want to read the question and then have them answer it right away. I want them to go through the steps in order to show their work and solve the problem, because that's exactly what they're going to do on test day. Then I reveal the answer. It's A 292. So everyone who is looking at Aria Marie knows that they've gotten the answer correct. We all applaud, yay. And then we go on to the next question. And there is a couple of things I can do in this moment. I can reteach. Let's say that I have half the class who chose A, half the class who chose D. That's 50%. So I'm going to probably go ahead and take the time to, in real time, teach this standard before I move on. So that's definitely an option. After doing a quick scan of the classroom, if there are maybe 80, 85% of the students or higher of the students who answered correctly, then I can just move on to the next slide. Next, I want to do an inline question. So I see the number 3 is a great example of that. I'm going to go to number 3 in the test. Number 3 says, Ben rolls a number cube 10 times and records the results shown. He then creates the dot plot shown with the results. Each dot means one row. Complete the sentence by selecting the correct answers. So I know that his dot plot is incorrect, but now I have to say why it's incorrect. So I'm just going to do a screen print of this. And once it's an image, just paste it right onto my slide. Over on my ABC Engage slide, there's a lot of things that I do not need, so I'm just going to ignore those and make this as big as possible for my students to see. Because you are able to edit the PowerPoints, you can remix them, alter them however you want. And because this is an inline question, I don't need the multiple choice answers. I'm going to delete all of that and just leave one answer choice and then fill in the correct answer. You need 2 dots above the number 4. Okay, that looks really good. I love this slide. And if I look at the slideshow, I can see the students can see the question, see the visual, and then I can reveal the answer. Now, with a question like this, obviously there's nothing for the students to hold up in regards to the ABC Engage cards, but this is a perfect opportunity to use those assessment documents. Now, when you purchase the ABC Engage from shopeelitekids.com, depending on which version you choose, your assessment documents will match your PowerPoint and your cards. So for this one, we're seeing the emojis. You can use a full page like this. The students can work out their answer and then answer the question. You can use something like this, which is a half slip. You just cut it, pass it out. There are, I believe, 11 templates that you can choose from when assessing your kiddos. This is a good one that you can use for an inline question as well. It gives them a little bit of space to work out the problem and then answer the problem. So when you are assessing the children using the PowerPoint presentation, you could reveal the question, reveal the answer choices, pass out these half slips, of course, ahead of time, and then have the students bubble in their answer choice, and then ask the students, okay, now it's time for you to hold up your card. That way, you could do two things. You can get a grade, and you can also take these at a later time, grade them at a later time, so you can get a closer look at how each child is performing. Okay, so let's run down those steps again. You have your ABC Engage PowerPoint. You already have all of your questions, all of your slides, all of your visuals. You read the question, reveal and read the answer choices if it's a multiple choice question. You give the kids time, especially if it's a math question, you give the kids time to work out the problem. You can set it for 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever you decide. You have the kids fill in the answer choices on the assessment documents, whatever template you decide to use. Again, you could take it as a grade or just as a closer look of how they're doing, each individual child. Then you have the kids hold up the ABC Engage card. You do a quick scan of the classroom. Okay, I got it. I know that at least 85% of the kids have mastered this standard, so I'm going to move on. Okay, let's do one more question. Let's do a geometry question. This looks like a really good question. Zachary drew these figures. The dimensions of each figure are given in feet. Which list shows all the figures that have a perimeter of 36? So there's more than one right answer here. So I'm just going to do the same thing, do a little screenshot and copy and paste the image right onto my slide. I'm double checking to see what is the correct answer. The answer is A, so I'm going to make sure that I choose an A slide. I'm going to type in the correct answer and all of the other answer choices. I'm going to line it up perfectly, fill in the other answer choices. When I go to slideshow, I have my photo. I reveal the answer choices, give the kiddos some time to answer the question, and then reveal the answer. We all celebrate, yay, because they got the answer correct. And that is it. I've just shown you 3 different sample third grade math questions. Again, these are Texas standards, so you will adopt them to your own state standards using ABC Engage to engage, motivate, and assess your students. Let me just do a recap of why ABC Engage is so awesome. It's engaging, it's effective, it's efficient, it's easy, and I'm going to add another E, empowering. Your students will be empowered because on the front of each of those cards, whether you have the Edmojis or the Elite Kids, they receive an inspiring quote to tell them to keep going. You're the best. You're a star student. You can do this. Hashtag superstar. Because you are an awesome teacher. You went to shopelitekids.com. You got your own copy of ABC Engage, and you are equipping your kiddos with what they need to be highly successful come testing day. That is all for now. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with another teacher that you know. Don't forget to grab your copy of ABC Engage, and I will see you on the next video.